Hi guys. I don't know if you have heard the news or not. I told you guys I would update you when I heard any news about my sister Melody Ramey, and baby Kinsley that is still not born yet. Well, I got an update today. Been an emotional day. Happy tears, sad tears, guilty tears. Let me just show you. Toby gave me this picture that he had of the girls, Kinsley baby A and Gracie baby B, that were his ultrasound pictures that Melly gave him. He gave them to me for Christmas in this frame. Isn't he just the sweetest little guy? Well, this is the last ultrasound picture that I'll be having because Melly is still in Mount Carmel, and they are inducing her at midnight tonight when she is exactly 34 weeks along. They cannot touch her till midnight, till she turns exactly 34 weeks, they said. I know they gave her steroids for Kinsley's lungs because she's still losing water and everything. So hopefully we'll have a baby tomorrow, guys. But Melly's already having contractions. And she got up, they let her get up, take a shower, and they're going to give her something to eat. And I told her she better rest up because she's going to have a busy, long night ahead of her. If she don't go into labor before midnight, they'll be inducing her, and then she's got a lot of work to do. So she needs to get her rest because every day after this, after she does that hard work, she's going to have a crying baby. Oh, and do I feel guilty to say I hope she gets tired of hearing a crying baby and brings her to me. Because I want to watch her so bad. I hope she's like, okay, 3 days is enough. I need some sleep. Miss, do you want to watch her for a while? Yes, I do. I want to watch her right now, before she's even born. I cannot wait to hold her in my arms. She's going to be the beautifulest little girl. I know she is. And she has my middle name. The one, I don't know if all you guys knew or not, but Melly and Joe has given Kinsley my middle name, which is Elizabeth. And that name means so much to me because I am named after my granny. Her middle name's Elizabeth. And my granny means so much to me. So much. And she passed away when I was 16. And that's the only thing I've ever really liked about myself, is that I carry her middle name. And now Kinsley's going to have my middle name. She's going to be a very special little girl to me. Very, very special. All my nieces and nephews are. But I've tried to distance myself from all of them except from Ab, because I got really, really close to Abby. Because I always had her and I was always taking care of her. So she was like my daughter. And I was super close to her, and she's super, super close to me. I mean, she would start crying when somebody took her away from me. Anybody, her mom, anybody, and would not stop till she was back in my arms. I mean, that's how close we were, super close. And every time my sister would get mad at me over the simplest little things, this is a different sister, it's not Melly, she would always rip her away from me. And that is like a knife going through my heart. And it didn't only hurt me, but it hurt Abby as well. And knowing that she was hurting for me and that she's being mistreated where she was, and I couldn't be with her and have her, back with me, but just because of her mother's stupidity, because she's mad about something, is like a knife going through my heart, and all I could think about was her crying for me. So I always distanced myself with all the other kids because I never wanted to go through that again. And everybody always thought that when Mindy had another baby, she had Jimmy, I love Jimmy. I love Jimmy to death. But I tried not to get as close to him, and the same with the other kids. And they say that I just favored Ab because she was a girl and Jimmy was a boy. That's not so. I was with Ab more, and I was so close to her, and it ripped my heart out, always being separated from her. And if it was my sister's way, I'd still be separated from her now, because she's not living with her anymore. But last time she had me separated from her, I didn't get to see Abby and Jimmy for over 2 years. And I just didn't want to go get attached to another child that way, because the hurt is just so bad. I had to go on so much depression and anxiety medicine because of it. I mean, I was suicidal. That's how bad it was. I mean, that's how much I love that girl. And not being able to see her. And, I mean, I would walk past, because we lived right across the road from each other, and they would scream at her, you know, if you wave at her, you're going to get it. They wouldn't even let her wave at me when I would walk by the road, I mean, you just don't know how evil. That's why I just distanced myself with all the other kids. Even though Melly is the only sister that has never kept her kids from me. She could be mad at me, but she would always bring the kids over. If I wanted to see them, she would bring them over. And she promised me herself. I told her, I'm not close with... I love Gabe, Toby, and Kaylee. I love Cohen. I love them all. But I'm not close to none of them like I was with Abby. Because like I said, I distanced myself because I didn't want to go through that pain again. It almost cost me my life. I mean, I'm still on several different medications for depression and anxiety. Because this has happened all throughout the years. Ab's only 16. And this has happened ever since she was a newborn. And I've just distanced myself. And I told Melly I wanted to be as close to Kinsley as I was with Abby. Kinsley is going to have my middle name, and I just feel like I've tried to be there for Melly ever since I found out she was having the babies. And I just want to be there for her. And I always want to be there for Kinsley. And Melly promised me that she would not ever take Kinsley away from me, that I could always see her kids whenever I wanted. So I'm really, really hoping I get to be super close to Kinsley, because I feel so close to her already. I love that little girl so much already, and she's not even here yet. She's going to be here tomorrow, and I just can't wait. I wish I was able to go up to the hospital and be there with her, so I could hold Melly's hand and be there with Kinsley and Gracie when they come into the world. The hospital was wrong. Gracie is not all gone. Part of Gracie is left in her sack. So Melly is getting her sent to our local funeral home that we use, and they're going to cremate her. So it's going to be a happy and sad day, night, and tomorrow for her. And I'd really appreciate it if you'd keep Melly and her boyfriend Joe in your prayers, because it's going to be really hard on them, because they're not only welcoming a daughter, but they're also losing one at the same time. So she put her last picture on just a little bit ago, of her last picture of being pregnant with the twins. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get to see Kinsley's beautiful little face. I told her to tell Gracie that I love her before she gets sent off to the funeral home. She'll always be in my heart. Just like Raylyn. Melly had a miscarriage with Raylyn. Just in July 4th of last year. It hasn't even been a year yet. She has been through more than anybody I know with losing children and just other bad things happening in her life. And I just hope Kinsley brings a fresh start and a much brighter future for her. It's just hard for me. I feel so guilty for not being able to be there. She said she had who she wanted there, so I was glad. She's having Joe there, and Dad's girlfriend Jody's going to be there, and a couple of Joe's family members is going to be there. So I'm just glad she's got there who she wants to be there, and I just wished I could be there with her, but I'm glad to know that she's got who she wants. And she said that she feels so honored that Kinsley's going to bear my name, which really, she feels honored. I feel so honored that she would name her daughter after me. I never thought anyone, including especially my sisters, would ever name a child after me. And not being able to have a child of my own, it's extra special to me because, as you know, that middle name is extra special to me because of my granny. And if I ever had a little girl, her middle name was going to be Elizabeth, because I wanted to give her my granny's middle name. But I'll never be able to have a child. So I'm very blessed that Kinsley will have her name. And I know that Granny would have loved her very much. I know she'll be looking down from heaven, and she'll be blessed that Kinsley has our name. Because my Granny, she loved kids. She loved kids so much. She really did. I wish she could have got to know all the kids. She didn't get to know any of her great-grandkids, because she died when I was 16. I just got this guilt feeling for not being at the hospital, and I got sad because of Gracie and what Mellie's going to have to be going through and feeling, her and Joe, especially Mellie. I know Joe too, because it's going to be hard on him. He's never been through this before. He's going to be in the delivering room seeing a baby born and seeing another one that's passed away, and he's never done either. And he's scared to death. So please pray for Mellie's boyfriend, Joe, as well. His last name's Osborne. It's Melody Ramey and Joe Osborne. And then Kinsley will be Kinsley Osborne. And Gracie Osborne, of course, too, but, you know, Gracie has passed away. But I really appreciate if you guys would pray for them, because it's going to be really hard on them to go through that, to see Gracie and to know that they had 2 babies and only one of them they're going to get to take home. And please pray that Kinsley comes out safe, happy and healthy, little baby girl. I can picture in my mind already. I could tell from the ultrasound pictures how beautiful that little girl's going to be. She's going to be my little shining star. I've been putting so much love into that little girl. It's hard to say it, but I've been trying to take all the love and hurt that I had for Dottie, who I miss dearly every single day. What I wouldn't do to bring her back here. It's not even been 3 whole months yet that she's been gone, and it feels like forever. I can't believe it's not even been 3 months. She passed away on January 25th. But I've been trying to focus all that love and all that sadness that I had for Dottie into love for Kinsley, putting it all into her. So I'm just really thrilled. It's hard to explain. It's just an emotion of happy tears, sad tears, and guilty tears, like I said. Because I feel guilty because I can't be there. And I feel bad for what they're going to have to go through with Gracie, and that I'll never get to see Gracie until I go to heaven. Because I know she's already there. And I know she'll be looking down on her mommy and daddy and her twin sister when she's born. And filled with so much joy that little Kinsley has finally come and that they're finally taking her. She keeps losing water from her sac and everything, so I'm glad they're finally taking her. So we don't have to worry about losing her no more. So please pray that she comes out a healthy baby girl. And like I said, please pray for Melly and Joe, because they're going to have a really rough night and day tomorrow. And probably for a while to come. Because those of you who know what it's like to lose a child know what they're going to be going through. They'll be going through so much joy to have Kinsley, but so much hurt from losing Gracie. So I'm just so worried about Melly going into postpartum depression. Her doctor's worried about it as well. And she's already bipolar. Both of us are. And she's already got a hard life as it is. And I'm just afraid this is going to set her over the edge. And she's going to go into postpartum depression, but I pray she doesn't. Please pray that she doesn't. Because I need to see what that does to people. I've seen documentaries on it and stuff, and I don't want her to go through that at all. So please pray that she doesn't go through that and that everything turns out great, guys. And I hope this brings her and Glow. I pray this brings her and Joe so much closer together. And that they could be a good, happy family. That would be a wonderful thing. Because Kinsley needs her daddy in her life. Every child deserves to have a good mother and a good father in their life. So I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog here after I show you what Mom gave me today. A vase of lilacs. You see them? She picked them off her lilac bush. Love the smell. Lilacs are my favorite flowers in the whole wide world. I love lilacs. They were in my wedding bouquet, actually. Cindy made for me. Not live ones, artificial ones. But if I had my own place, I would have at least one lilac bush. I just love the smell of them. I love the smell of lilacs, and I think they're so beautiful. My granny had a lilac bush, a big one. I remember it so well. And I've just been thinking about my granny a lot, especially today, with Kinsley having her name and everything. Because Melly's just not naming Kinsley for me as she thinks. She's naming her for Granny as well. And Melly liked my Granny, so did Shelly. Like I said, Granny loved kids. She loved everybody. So she's also honoring my Granny by giving Kinsley her middle name. And I wasn't able to do that with a child of my own. And that means the world to me that she's doing that. I just can't explain how much that means to me. When Granny is no longer here, so I'm carrying on her name. And when I'm no longer here, Kinsley will be carrying on my name. It's just a great feeling. And I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed and honored that she would do that. I feel like I've done nothing to compare to what she's doing by giving her baby mine and Gurney's middle name. And nothing I could do could compare to that. It just touches my heart. So we'll be welcoming our babies tomorrow, guys. And I will update you guys again when I find out that the babies have been born. And I will let you know everything. It'll probably be tomorrow because she's not getting induced till midnight unless she goes into labor before then, because she was already dilated to a soft 3 the other day and she's having contractions right now. But they're not going to induce her till midnight unless she goes before then. So if that's the case, then the babies won't be here till tomorrow. But as soon as I find out, I will do an update for you guys. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And I love you guys. Bye, guys. God bless.